know what time it is? I've got a cup of tea. We're gonna have a chat. I feel like I need a cup of tea when I talk to you guys. I'm so excited to film this video. We're gonna do a girls talk. I need to come on here and give you all my tips and tricks. I always get so many questions on everything. So I was like, do you know what? I'm just gonna sit down and do a whole video on all my girly questions that you guys asked me. So let's get into it. I asked you guys some questions on my Instagram. Go follow my Instagram if you're not already. I've picked out my favourite questions that you guys asked me. So I'm just gonna do them randomly. I'm not gonna do any category. So we're just gonna have some random questions, no order. So the first question, I got this question quite a lot, is when did I start my period and how do I deal with period pain? And I remember in school, I used to want to start my period so bad because all my friends had started and I was like, why am I not starting my period? Like, I felt really left out, and honestly don't. Like, if that's you, don't feel left out because honestly you're not missing out on anything. It's horrible. But I started my period when I was 13 or 14. I can't actually remember how old I was, but I was used to be so scared that I'd start it in school, and I know a lot of girls are, because it's like you don't really know what to do in that situation. So I think if you still haven't started your period, or even if you have started your period, like, you should always have like pads or tampons with you, because I feel like, just in case, you know, if you start your period in school, then at least you have something there and you don't have to worry about it. You are kind of in your own comfort. You don't have to ask someone. Like, I don't know, I think I don't know if I did that at school, but if I would go back to school, that's what I would have done. Or even if like you have started your period and you come on it at school, it's really annoying. But I feel like I've been so lucky with my period. Touch wood. Touch wood. I've never started in like a uncomfortable setting. Like, I've always been at home, or I'll start in the evening or in the morning. Like, it won't just be like a random time of the day. I don't know. I feel like some people can be quite lucky, and like, if you're light on your period as well, that's also a good thing because it comes on very like lightly. It usually does. Like, you don't usually just like bleed out, do you know what I mean? It usually comes on quite lightly and you know when you're going to come on. Then with the pains, I really struggle with period pains, and it's usually like the first 2 days. Everyone's period is different. Like, some people have it light, some people have it heavy, some people get pains, some people don't get pains. Like, there's so many different periods out there, do you know what I mean? Everyone deals with it in their own way, and I am quite heavy and mine lasts for about 7 days. But as I've gotten older, like, my periods changed so much. Like, when I first started, I was light. Like, it can literally change while you're growing up. Like, some of my friends didn't get their period until they were like 18. Like, it's normal, don't stress. But to deal with them, I think hot water bottles, like hot pads, like, not hot pads, what are they called? Like the microwave things. I know exercise can be good for it, and I know that sounds stupid, but actually can. I remember in PE they used to be like, exercise is good for your period, and I'm like, shut up. But actually is. Just like, I'm quite lucky because I work from home, so if I do get my period, I can literally just lie in bed all day. But I think actually getting on with your day helps it because it takes your mind off it. And obviously taking paracetamol and ibuprofen, the Nurofen, which is really good for periods. Obviously there's painkillers. I don't really know. I just literally stay in bed or sit on the sofa all day when I have my period because I cannot move for like the first 2 days. But luckily I only have pains for like the first 2 days, and then the rest is okay. I can't believe your period is like the same pain as having a heart attack. Like, that's actually insane. Boys, you don't understand. What do I do if all my friends are dating and no one has a crush on me? Don't worry, because you're probably young. If you're like 30, then be worried. But you don't, even 30, like, you don't need to rush to be in a relationship. Like, I don't think anyone does. I think your person will come at the right time, and I don't think you should force being in a relationship. Like, don't, because all your friends are in a relationship, don't feel like you have to be in one, because then it will just be forced in a way. But I think your person will come at the right time. Like, I was the same throughout school. Like, everyone was in relationships, and I literally felt like no one had a crush on me, and I was just like, oh, like, she's never gonna get a boyfriend. And that's how I felt. And then obviously I met my boyfriend when I was 16, and luckily we're still together. Like, that's just pure luck. But obviously I did have like things with boys, but I didn't really like seriously date anyone. And I don't know, there's literally no rush for it. Like, if you're young, then don't rush, because like I said, your person will come at the right time. because I was always the same. I'd be like, oh, like, why don't I have a boyfriend? Like, all my friends have boyfriends. And I kind of felt left out in a way, but I'm so grateful that I didn't have a boyfriend, because I might have not met my boyfriend at the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I just feel like everything happens for a reason. Like Arabella said on Love Island, like, my journey in here makes sense now, because all the boys were rejecting her, and now she's met that guy, but she's only known him for a day, so she needs to calm down. How do you keep your room so clean and tidy, and how do you stay motivated to clean it? I had a few questions like that, so I just so when it comes to my room, I think it's like an OCD thing. It's quite bad, but I've just been like this my whole life. Like, I think my mum's quite clean, my stepmom's quite clean, so I think I've just been brought up with like being clean. I always used to clean for my dad and wash up and stuff, so I feel like from a young age I've kind of been like brought into it. I don't know, I feel like my family's just like a clean family. I could always have to empty the dishwasher when I was younger, still do. Just like a thing, I don't know, I've just always liked having a clean room. It's just the mindset that if you want a clean room, then just clean your room. And I think once it's clean, it's so much easier to stay clean. Someone commented that on my TikTok the other day. They were like, you inspire me so much, and I've cleaned my room, and now every week I clean my room. It's so much quicker to just do it. Like, if you don't clean your room for like a month, obviously it's going to take ages because your room's going to be so messy. But if your room is kept clean like once a week, it's just so much easier to, do you know what I mean? And another thing I do, I have one day where I go through all my drawers and kind of organise everything. I usually do that on Saturday, but I don't really do that every week. I do that every 2 weeks, and then every Sunday I will like wipe surfaces down, clean my mirrors, stuff like that. So I have like 2 days for it, so it doesn't feel as much. I feel like if you're trying to do all of it at once, it can seem a lot. It can seem like overwhelming. That's the word. It can seem overwhelming. Signature scent. My signature scent is Red Temptation from Zara. Can they bring it back? Everyone's saying to me, it's back, it's back. It's not. They've changed the scent and they've changed the name of it. It used to be Red Temptation, and now it's called Red Zara Temptation. And it smells completely different because I have both of them. I have the Red Temptation and I have the Red Zara Temptation, and they smell different. They've changed the scent of it. They don't have it anymore, and I'm so upset because I'll never smell that again. But it's a dupe of Ariana Grande Cloud, so I just have that. I preferred it to Cloud, to be honest, but it's fine. I do love that scent, and I also love Miss Dior. I have loads of scents I love, but I feel like my go-to scent would be Miss Dior and Red Temptation, but Red Temptation isn't a thing anymore. So, razor rash. Is it the razor I'm using? I cannot like convince you guys anymore. When I was younger, I used to get the worst ingrown hairs, razor rash, like cuts, everything. I struggled to shave so much, and last year I got an Estrid razor, and honestly has changed my life. Like, I used to think, oh my god, is it just me? Like, why do I always get razor bumps? I don't see any other girls that get razor bumps. Estrid razors are so good because there's like a soap bit around the head that like stops your thing from cutting you and like getting razor bumps and ingrown hairs. I don't know what it is, they're just so good. And then I use conditioner, which I also think is really good because it's just like, it conditions, I don't know what it does, but I use conditioner and use an Estrid razor, and that honestly has changed my shaving routine so much. They are quite expensive, but it's an investment. Like, I'd rather spend a bit more money and not get ingrown hairs, and I've had it for a year, and the only thing, like, you can keep the actual razor, you just need to change the heads, but I think it's like £10 for 4 heads, and that would last you a whole year. Like, it's £10 for a year to not have razor bumps. I would happily pay that. The next question is, are you on the pill, and what's your experience with it? Don't even get me started on the pill. I was on the pill, yeah, about a year, and I went on 2 different pills. The first one was Rigevan, I don't even know how you say it, and I can't remember what the second one was called, but the second one was a mini pill, so there's 2 different pills. So the first one you take for 28 days, and then you have a 7-day break, and then the mini pill you take every single day. But basically on the first one, oh my god, did it make me depressed. Like, I realise it now. In the moment I didn't realise it because I was happy, like in the moment you don't realise you're depressed, but looking back on it I'm like, oh my god, it made me a complete different person, and I'm so grateful now that I'm not on it anymore. I think it made me and my boyfriend like argue a lot as well, because I was just horrible. I was just not a nice person. I don't it was like a demon came over me. Like now I look back at that time, I'm like, oh my god, like to everyone. Like, I even say it to my mum, like I was just horrible to everyone in that time. Like I just wasn't happy, and I don't think sometimes you can't realise it when you're on the pill. There's so many side effects on the pill as well, like just horrible, and it's so bad for you. There's literally no benefits to it at all. Obviously the contraceptive side is probably the only benefit, but like there's literally no other benefit. So anyway, I was on that one and I still bled a lot. Like it didn't really do anything for my period, and I got really bad headaches from it. I don't know if it was from it. I can't actually remember. It was quite a while ago. It was a few years ago, so I can't actually remember. But I went back to the doctors and I was like, this is my problems. And he was like, yeah, like we'll put you on the mini pill. And I was like, what's that? So this one, it's to do with the hormones. I don't even know, don't ask me, I'm not a scientist, but it's to do with the hormones. And basically I went on this other pill and it literally did nothing. I think I was on it for about a month or two, and I was like, no. And I threw it in the bin, and I've never gone back, and I never will. I just don't, I think there's other like contraceptives out there. I just would never go on the pill again. Obviously people go on the pill for different reasons, but I just couldn't ever go back on the pill. It was literally the worst year of my life. That actually probably was one of the worst. So yeah, if you're on the pill, get off it. Like literally get off it. Even if you think it's doing good, it's not, because I thought it was doing good and it wasn't. I like lost a lot of hair as well. I don't know if that's due to it, but I feel like so many problems were caused from the pill. It's scary. It's actually scary how many things can happen from the pill. How to build a good style. I've actually done so many other YouTube videos on this, so go watch them. What music do I listen to? I listen to sad music. I'm actually a sucker for sad music. Like I actually love it. And jazz. I love jazz music. Like you would not expect it looking at me, but I actually love jazz music. Like me and my boyfriend love cooking with it, like cleaning with it. It's just so relaxing. I literally love it. And sad music, my friends always like, are you depressed? I'm like, no, I just love it. Like I'm not even a sad person. I just love the slow, I don't know, I don't like upbeat music. I don't know what it is. I mean, obviously I do. I want to see who my top artists are. I love Olivia Rodrigo. I love Rihanna. She will forever be one of my favourite artists. Like Ed Sheeran, Bruno Mars. Like I just love old songs. They are the best. My Spotify. I would give you my Spotify, but I'm too embarrassed. I mean, it's just my name, so if you're that intrigued, go search it up. But I don't want people to see my Spotify. I don't know why, I just get embarrassed about it. I don't care if you find it, but like, I'm not gonna sit here and promote it, do you know what I mean? Because that's just embarrassing. How often do I wash my hair? I wash my hair once a week. Sometimes it'll be twice. I actually put purple shampoo in my hair last night and it's made it go such a nice like silvery colour. I'm obsessed. Yeah, I'm loving it. It looks so good. I don't like this bit, it's really annoying. I've just realised I've got clips on my hair. I'm actually so stupid, I did not even realise. Kind of rocking it. Let's leave them in. Yeah, wash my hair once a week. I think the less you wash your hair, the better it is for your hair. I mean, I would do it like once every 2 weeks, but I just don't think I could do that. And I actually enjoy washing my hair, that's the thing. I would happily do it every day. Like I actually love the feeling of like freshly washed hair, but it's meant to be good to not wash it as much, so I try to do it once a week. How to be more confident. So being more confident, I think this one's really hard because I struggle with this myself, but just fake it till you make it. And I think spending a lot of time on yourself and focusing on yourself, like self-care and stuff, if you don't feel like you look nice, then you're not gonna be like confident in a way. So like kind of spend time on like making yourself look nice, and I think you'll feel more confident. And also, I know this is easier said than done, but don't compare yourself to other people. And I know this is really difficult because I do this all the time, but just try not to compare yourself to other people. And obviously like appreciate other people's beauty, but don't compare it to yours. What Anna Paul said, I literally love the saying. If you're looking at the stars at night and you think they're pretty, and then you go to the beach the next morning and you think the beach is pretty, you don't think one of them's ugly because, oh my god, I'm just remembering my dream and I had a fight with someone. I need to stop watching Killing Eve. I can't remember what she said exactly, but you guys will probably know what I'm talking about. But she says, like, you look at the stars at night, you think they're pretty. You look at the beach in the morning and you think it's pretty. You don't think one of them's ugly. They're just pretty in their, like, own ways. Which I think is such a nice, like, analogy. That's probably not the word. I think it's such a nice, like, thing. Like, that's such a nice saying, and it's such a nice way to look at people's beauty, like, comparing people's beauty. I think, oh, I just love that. What to do if your boyfriend isn't inviting you out with his friend group? I think this is weird, and I don't know, it depends the situation really, because if his friend group's like going to play football or something, he might just not think that you're interested in that. But like, yeah, there could be a reason for it, but I think just ask them. Like, there's no harm in asking why he's not inviting you out, because there might be like a genuine reason. But if he hasn't got a reason and he's just like not interested in inviting you out, I just think that's weird. And ask if you can go, and like maybe speak to him about it, and if he doesn't change, then he's not the one for you. Like, you don't want your boyfriend to like not be inviting you out with your friends. I just think that's weird. My skincare routine is so basic. I literally use Garnier micellar water to take my makeup off, then I just wash my face with like a simple cleanser. That's literally all I do. And then for the days I don't wear makeup, I just wash my skin with water. What moisturiser do I use? I use E45 moisturiser. I feel like my skincare routine changes all the time, so don't hold me to it. And everyone's skin's different, so your skin, if that skincare routine doesn't work for you, please don't hold me to it. I love this one so much. How do you deal with a long distance relationship, and how do you keep a healthy relationship? Dealing with a long distance relationship is very hard. I found it so difficult at first, and I think it's just one of those things that you adjust to. Like, there's no actual things I can tell you to deal with it. It literally is just adjusting to it, and everyone deals with long distance in their own way, do you know what I mean? But I think just good communication, like have at least one phone call every day. This is what me and my boyfriend do. Like, we FaceTime every night before we go to sleep, just to kind of talk about our day. And I don't know, we don't speak all day every day, which I like. We don't have to be speaking all the time, and I actually like the space. I think at first I hated it, but it's actually really healthy to have space. That's another thing with the healthy relationship, having space and communicating. Those are my two top tips for having a healthy relationship and for a long distance relationship. They both are like advantages in a way. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like everyone deals with it in their own way, and I can't really sit here and tell you stuff, but those are my two like top tips, is just talking every day at least for like half an hour on the phone. And then what was the other one I said? I don't remember. Did people make fun of me for TikTok in school? This is interesting. To be honest, I actually don't remember. I feel like people judged me. Like, I don't think people actually like were horrible about it, but I think people judged me because obviously I've done TikTok for like 5 years now. It's kind of long. I feel like it wasn't big when I first started it, so people definitely judged, but it's just funny now because they all post TikToks. They want to be a TikTok queen. And it just makes me laugh, like seeing them all post TikToks now, and it's like, huh. I can remember like a few certain people that would just be like rude about it. I feel like for them people, I remember a few of them, and there was this one girl that like said she wants to be a YouTuber or something like that behind my back, and then my friend told me that she'd said it because she like overheard them speaking about it, and now she like is kind of my friend. That sounds really bad, but like I don't care, because I'm not one to hold a grudge, so I will be friends with her because it was 5 years ago. I'm gonna get over it, but like I just will never forget it. Do you know what I mean? I forgive, but I never forget. And that kind of annoys me that she did say that, and like I remember when I heard it, it upset me, but I don't really care now because look at me now, it's my job. So I'm glad that I started then. The last question is, are you afraid of missing out on things in your youth? So I definitely, I feel like I could speak about this for ages. I feel like, yes, I am. Like, I always have been. Like, I've always felt left out, and I feel like I've never really had like, well, I did have a friendship group in school, but like that was when I was like 13, but like since then I haven't had a proper like friendship group, and I feel like I miss out on a lot of things, or I did definitely when like I left school and stuff. When I left school I was in year 11, so obviously I was going through my exams and stuff. I kind of didn't really have any friends at that time, and I felt really lonely, and everyone was going out, and I don't know, it just wasn't a nice time for me. But I think now I've learned that it's okay to feel like that, and it's okay to not want to be in a big friendship group. It's okay to not be going out all the time, do you know what I mean? I was speaking to my parents about this the other day, and I was saying how like my parents are literally my best friends, and I was saying how like it was like a Friday night or something, and I was in my dressing gown and I was like watching a film with them. I had like a cup of tea, I had my heatless curls in, and they were like laughing at me, and I was like, I know, I'm such a grandma. And I was like, it's so weird because like I'm not like going out and clubbing, I'm not going out with my friends, like I'm not drinking. But I was like, that's okay, like I'm happy to be at home with my parents watching a film, like that's what I want to do. And I don't think you should feel ashamed of that. I feel like a lot of people put pressure on themselves to like fit in with everyone else, but like it's okay to not like going out, it's okay to be like a home. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like I've always shamed myself for it, like, oh, like you're in, like you're by yourself, like you'd feel lonely, but it's like, why? Like, why do I need to feel like that? Because I actually enjoy being at home on my own. So I feel like it's taken me a while to like come to terms with it, but now I have. I literally love staying in, and I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. It has taken me a while to like come to that, but I'm so glad I have, and I'm here to literally tell you guys that it is okay to not want to, like, to literally be best friends with your parents and to not go out all the time. Yeah, I'm glad I'm in that like stage now. I just feel like I'm honestly like 40 years old and I'm a grandma that just stays in by myself and would rather watch a Netflix show than go out clubbing, but that is okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this sort of video. I literally love just talking to the camera. Like, I could sit here and talk to you guys for ages. I really enjoyed filming this. I feel like you kind of got to know me a bit more. I feel like when I do like a fashion video or something, I'm not really like talking, do you know what I mean? I'm just telling you about clothes. But I feel like with these sorts of videos, like we can actually sit here and have a chat together. I feel like we're on FaceTime together. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see like more videos like this, and let me know like just in general what videos you want to see. Now I'm posting twice a week. I post every Sunday and Wednesday, by the way, if you couldn't tell. But now I'm posting twice a week. I need help with what to post because I actually don't know what you guys want to see. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in my next video.